Hi guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. So today it's too freaking early. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, but it's currently 8:30 a.m. on a Friday morning and I'm working at 10 a.m. But I woke up earlier than I thought I would, so I decided that I would take this time to film a video, which means a guaranteed video for you guys on Tuesday, or today, since today is Tuesday when I'm uploading this. Anyways, since it is super early and my time is limited, I thought that I would do something fun, so today we're doing a book haul. My August book haul, to be exact. I bought so many books. As I do every month, I catalog every single book I buy in my novel companion by Little Inklings Design. I will link the shop in my description box down below. Here's a better look at the novel companion. So it has monthly spreads for what you read and stuff like that, and there's also a page for the book haul. So I listed all of the books that I got last month in August, and I was shook at how many books I bought. So I thought it would make for a fun video to show them all to you guys. So without further ado, let's get into my August book haul. The first batch of books that I'm going to show you are two books that I bought together while I went to Indigo one night. I looked in their bargain book section, as I do every single time I go there, and I found two books that I really wanted to read, and I found them at a very affordable price. So the first one that I'm going to show you guys is The Dead Girls Society by Michelle Chris. I have her other book, which is Hexed. Haven't read it yet. I've only seen a few people talk about this, but when I saw the title and the cover, I was immediately drawn to it. I read the first few sentences of the synopsis and decided to get it because it would be a perfect read for October or for the spooky fall season. So I bought it, and it only cost me $6 for a hardcover, so I was definitely not mad about that. This is what it looks like naked, red with gold writing. It has a very ominous feel to it. There's a sentence on the top that says some letters should never be opened. So I'm excited to read this. This will definitely be an October read. The next book that I got during this same bookstore trip is These Shallow Graves by Jennifer Donnelly. I have heard a lot of people talk about this, but I don't really know what it's about. If you're not new to my channel, then you know that a recurring theme is me not knowing what books are about, but that's just my preference. I don't feel like knowing too much about the book before I read it because I feel like it gives me a better reading experience. I prefer to know the bare minimum about books, and even then, sometimes I pick them up not knowing what they're about at all. I was really intrigued by this cover and the title, and I feel like it'll be another great fall read. So this book was a hardcover for $6 as well. Found this in the Indigo bargain section. It has deckled edges. I don't know if you can tell by this distance, but it does have deckled edges. And this is what the book looks like naked. It's red with silver writing. This book also has a kind of design of roses etched into the hardback underneath. So this book is super gorgeous, and I cannot wait to read this next month. The next book that I'm about to show you was bought in an online Indigo order. So I had ordered a book for one of my friends as a gift. And as is the norm with online Indigo orders, if your total is a minimum of $25, then you get free shipping. And the book that I ordered to go along with the gift that I had purchased for my friend is Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco. This is the sequel to Stalking Jack the Ripper. If you guys watched my September TBR video, then you already know that I own this book. But when I was reading Stalking Jack the Ripper back in August, just before I finished it, I ordered Hunting Prince Dracula so I could read the sequel straight after I finished Stalking Jack the Ripper. I've already finished this, and I absolutely loved it. If you guys haven't read the Stalking Jack the Ripper series yet, I highly, highly recommend it. These next two books are also part of an Indigo online order. I know, I have a problem. After I had ordered Hunting Prince Dracula, I obviously wanted the sequel, Escaping from Houdini. And when I went on the Indigo website, the paperback was releasing at the end of the month of August. So I pre-ordered that. And once again, so I could get free shipping, I added another book to that order. So I'm about to show you guys those two books. The first book isn't a surprise. It's Escaping from Houdini, which is book 3 in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, which you have also seen in my September TBR video. So I'm planning on starting this sometime next week. Hopefully, that way I can read it closer to when I will be able to go pick up Capturing the Devil from the bookstore. The other book that was in that online order is Modern Fairy Tales by Holly Black. If you guys didn't know, a few years ago, Holly Black wrote this other fairy series. There are 3 books in that series, so technically you could call it a trilogy, and those books are Tithe, Valiant, and Ironside, and recently she re-released those books, but in the form of a bind-up. I'm completely obsessed with this bind-up. I love the cover, I love the title she gave it, and also I love the price of it. Online it cost me $13.80 for all 3 books. It was a really great deal, and also this edition of this series comes with a new short story, so that's a little bit of bonus content that you got from buying this edition instead of all 3 books separate. The only thing I've ever read by Holly Black was The Coldest Girl in Cold Town. I enjoyed it, but in hindsight, I feel like it was a little bit overhyped. So I have The Cruel Prince and The Wicked King on my TBR as well as this now, so I'm hoping that I will enjoy these books better. These next books that I'm going to show you are all part of the same haul. I went to a used bookstore with my grandparents a few weeks ago and I found some amazing titles for really cheap. The first one that I picked up was The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner, which is an Eclipse novella, so this is part of the Twilight saga. I own all of the Twilight books, but I've never owned this and I've never read it, so I plan sometime soon to reread the whole entire Twilight saga, so I feel like this time when I do my reread, I will be able to read this in between Eclipse and Breaking Dawn, so that was my hope. Really happy that I found this. It's a hardcover and it's in pretty decent condition, and I think it only cost me $5, so it was a really good find. The next book that I picked up at the used bookstore was Let It Snow by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. You've already seen this book in the last video I posted, which was the Do I Have That Book challenge. I've been seeing this book on everybody's holiday TBR and I've always wanted to read it, but I've never been able to find it in a bookstore. I would have had to order it online. Honestly, I wanted to read this holiday season, so I was going to order it anyway online, but when I found it for $3 in the used bookstore, I was really happy. So now I have it and I'm super excited. The next book that I'm going to show you is Divergent by Veronica Roth. So this, I have already owned it previously and I've already read it, but I lost my copy. I loaned it to somebody a few years ago because they wanted to read Divergent in English, and I have never seen it again. When I saw this book in the used bookstore for $4, I decided to buy it again just because I want to reread the Divergent trilogy, and I can't do that if I don't have book 1. This was a really great thrift store find just because it avoided me paying full price for a book that I've already read, so that's always good. These next 2 books that I bought, they go together, and they are Catching Fire and Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins in hardcover. I found them each for $10 each, which is half price from their normal $20.99 list price, I think they are, and they are honestly in perfect condition. I first read these when I was in high school and I borrowed them from my library back then, so I'd never owned them before. These are actually the first books that I found when I went to the thrift store, so when I found them I was instantly excited and of course I bought them. These next 2 books are the last physical books that I have to show you, and they go together as well. So they are Night World Volume 1 and Night World Volume 2 by L.J. Smith. Night World was super popular back when I was in high school, so like 5-6 years ago, and I haven't heard anything about them since then. But when I found these bind-ups that each have 3 books in them for $4.99, I definitely didn't hesitate to pick them up. I haven't read a cheesy paranormal series about vampires in so long, and I feel like I'll be in the mood for that soon since it's fall, Halloween, and stuff like that, so these are going to be perfect. The last thing that I have to show you guys is 2 ebooks that I bought last month. The first one that I got is Opal by Maggie Stiefvater. So this is the novella for the Raven Cycle, and it centers around Orphan Girl. So if you've read this series, you know who Orphan Girl is, and it takes place at the Barns. It's about 40-ish pages long, and it was a super cute read. It was a perfect read for my Raven Cycle morning period. The very last book that I have to show you guys is Becoming the Dark Prince by Carrie Maniscalco, which is the novella from the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. This novella was published recently, and I think chronologically it takes place between Escaping from Houdini and Capturing the Devil, so I will definitely read this very soon, and I'm super excited because I think it centers around Thomas Cresswell, and I am obsessed with him right now, so I'm very excited to read this one. There you have it. Those were all of the books that I bought during August of 2019. It's a total of 14 books. And I don't think I have ever bought so many books outside of the Book Outlet Boxing Day sale. When I tallied up all of the books that I bought at the end of last month, I was really stunned at how many I had bought. So I think I'm going to slow down on my book buying for the next few months, probably until Christmas time, just so I can save up for the Book Outlet Boxing Day sale. It's my favorite sale of the year, and I always buy at least 15 to 20 books. But we'll see. There are a lot of new releases coming out soon, and there are a few thriller, horror, mystery books that I want to buy for October. But definitely in the upcoming months, I won't buy nearly as many books as I did last month, that's for sure. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. Also, let me know in the comments down below how many books you bought during August. I would be really curious to know if I am the only one who has a book buying problem. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss any of the new videos that I will upload. And that's it. I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye!